Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, and especially Paul. I think everyone will agree that was a very good speech, just like you always have very good speeches, Paul. I like the way you started off as far as your organization, your introduction. You talked about a flight that you took as a child when you were younger, or you talked about how you would like to fly as a child. And so it set us up. It wasn't, you didn't say specifically, here's step 1, 2, and 3, what you're going to do in your speech, but by giving this example, you let us know what you're going to talk about. And then you also said in the introduction, it's not only the journey, but the people and the experiences. So you started off with all that at the beginning. It set us up to what you're going to speak on. And then as you got into the content, you have a lot of good stuff. You talked about, once again, as a child, what it was like to fly and how you wanted to fly. You talked about the disadvantages, like the lost bags that take place when you fly, the goals of traveling to other places. You talked about strong desire, coming home, and you were ready to leave again as soon as you got home. You talked about the experiences of hitchhiking, which I think was a big part of the speech, and what happened after that, and the advantages of all the people you met. So you had a lot of stuff in there. You didn't just have one area and then expand. You talked about a lot of different things. And it was quite a bit for a 7-minute speech, 7.5-minute speech. Then in the close, I like the way you brought the close back to the introduction, because you said not only the journey, but the people and the experiences that you meet. So you brought that closing back into the introduction, and that's always good to do that as a style. In terms of delivery, I thought you had really good delivery. In terms of your movement up here, well, first of all, you dress. I like the way, I think when you're doing a speech, it's nice to come a little bit more dressed. You had your sport coat on. I think that was good. I liked your movement. As you spoke, you moved around quite a bit. You moved behind the lectern, and you got in front, and that was very good. You didn't just stand in one place. And your vocal variety, that vocal variety really was the main goal of this speech, and you had good vocal variety. You're a strong person, you have a strong voice, you have a good tone, you have a good quality to your voice, so the vocal variety was good. And then your gestures. I think it's just natural with Paul when he speaks. He just naturally uses his hands and his arms when he speaks. And you're also you're descriptive. Some people, they use their hands and their arms when they speak, but when Paul speaks, he uses them descriptively, and that's very important. It's one thing, like I do, just kind of move the hands around. You're much more descriptive when you use yours, and that's good quality. And some things you might want to do differently next time as an improvement. First of all, I noticed when you first got up here, you were up here for about 5 or 10 seconds, and then you took your glasses off, and I couldn't understand. To me, probably it would have been better to take them off before you started. I couldn't see any advantages to speaking for about 10 seconds and then kind of going like this and then tucking them away. I would have personally done it before you got up here, or else left them on. The other part, in terms of, like I said, your vocal variety was good, but there's a couple things on it that you might want to do differently. You have a good pace, but since the goal of the speech was your vocal variety, I would have preferred to see you maybe speed up and slow down a little bit more, since that was the goal of the speech. Once again, you have a good pace, but I would rather have seen a little bit more of that during the speech. And then also, at times you lowered your voice. If you remember, he brought his voice down, but I would like to have heard you bring that voice up and really, because you're a strong person, you got a strong voice. I think you could have brought that thing up and add emphasis to what you're doing. So overall, I thought it was a very good speech. You always have good speeches. You're a strong person. It comes across as a strong speech, and I'll look forward to the next one. Mr. Postmaster.